Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Erica and I wanted to come on today to talk to you about the different services that you can hire a grant writer for. Obviously, the main one is for actually writing the grant for your organization, but did you know that there are other services that we can do as well for you? So we're just going to go into a couple of them. I'm not going to go into all of them because there can be a lot depending on your level of training and your level of expertise. I do offer more than grant writing with my consulting business. So I'm just going to go over a few and then we'll take it from there. But of course, the first one obviously is the grant writing, where we will come in and write the grant for your organization. But also we could do grant research, and that's where we will research grants for you that align with your mission or with your programming, because what you don't want to do is waste your time, waste the funders' time on applying for grants that has nothing to do with what you're programming or your services that you're offering, or that you're not even eligible for, per the requirements of the funder. So we will do grant researching for you. There's also training services that we can offer. So we could do board of the directors training, we can do executive director training, we can do grant writer training. So we could come in and do your board of directors training where we sit with your board and go over their roles and responsibilities with them. We can do executive director training, we can do grant writer training. So if you want an in-house staff person to become your grant writer, we can come in and actually teach them how to write grants. Those are just a few training services that we could do. We could do the workshops, the webinars, and things of that nature to actually come into your organization and do the training for you. Also, there's other things. You see me looking away, I do have my notes here, so I don't want to ramble, so I just have my notes here. But we also can do peer reviewing. That's another thing we could do. We can do proposal editing. So say if you have someone already writing your proposal and you just need another set of eyes to do to look over it to make sure your I's are dotted, your T's are crossed, we can do proposal editing. We can do article writing. We can write articles in different publishings, as an industry expert. Those are a couple things that we can do. Let's see, we could do grant management. So if you have grants, and we can manage your grants for you, because the thing that you don't want to do is miss a deadline on a grant, because sometimes grants are yearly and they don't come around but for once a year. So you don't want to miss a deadline on a grant. So we can do grant management. There's also, I'm just looking over business plan writer. If you need someone to write your business plan for your organization, that's another service that a grant writer can actually offer. There's so much more that we can offer. Obviously, social media, we can offer webinars and digital products and ebooks and things of that nature as a industry expert to help you along with your grant writing situations and things of that nature. So being a grant writer, you have so many different avenues that you can go down. It does not necessarily have to be just sitting there writing grants. I am a trained grant writer, and what I mean by trained is I actually took a course. I actually took a mentorship, and it was 16 weeks long, and actually wrote a federal grant. I have so many different resources and things that came out of that class. And yes, you can do grant writing as self-taught. You can sit down and be self-taught, but I wanted to be trained. I wanted to make sure that I had the best chance of, succeeding in this business. So I invested in myself, and an investment is very, as a business person, investing in yourself is very, very important. So I took the time and I invested in myself when it was the best money I have ever spent, because my training as a grant writer, I've learned so much more than just grant writing. And like some of these services that I've mentioned, I actually offer, because I had that skill set, I had that expertise to be able to offer the different services besides just sitting right in a grant. I could come to your organization and I can train, like I said, your board of directors. Board of directors is one of the main things that you need whenever you start a nonprofit organization. And a lot of people don't know how to recruit, or they just don't understand what the board of directors' roles and responsibilities are. They don't understand how to interact with their board and what the board is there for. So I do offer board of directors training, and I learned all that through my mentorship and my courses that I took. So I can monetize my skill, my grant writing skills, in so many different ways, because there's so many things that is needed to run a nonprofit, and it's just not getting the funding, because you have to get ready for the funding. And that's another thing that I offer is grant readiness. A grant readiness assessment, making sure your organization is grant ready. Just because you had this great idea that is needed in the community, that does not necessarily mean you could just run out and get a grant. You have to make sure your organization is grant ready. There are different levels, of course, for the federal grants. There's much more specific details that you need, and I will make another video on that because that's very important. But I can offer that because I want to make sure that you are at the level where you can actually compete with getting a grant, and if your organization is not grant ready, unfortunately, you won't have that opportunity. So I just wanted to come on and give you just a few different services that you can hire a grant writer for, other than just grant writing. Because like I said, maybe your organization is not just right now ready, but you need other components. And grant writers, if you have a good grant writer, or if you have a trained grant writer, or someone that knows what they're doing, they can offer these services for you. But I am going to do another video on, and I could go deeper into, I am going to do another video on grant readiness because that's very important. I want to go more deep into grant readiness. But I just wanted to let you all know that there's different streams of income that I can make as a grant writer, and that you can hire a grant writer for. And you don't have to be just a nonprofit organization to hire a grant writer. It's for businesses, it's for colleges. Let's see, it is so much that you can hire a grant writer for. Let me get my list so I don't miss nothing. I do apologize, but I just don't want to miss nothing. Okay, nonprofit, 501c3 nonprofit organizations, businesses, individuals, charter school, public schools, colleges, churches, foundations. These are people that need our services, and everyone is going to be at a different point of their funding journey. So if you get that right grant writer, they can help you along from beginning to end if that's what you need, or they can help you with a portion of what you need. And it's just getting that right grant writer, and getting that right grant writer, that skilled grant writer that knows what they're talking about. A lot of people have been researching on YouTube and wherever on the internet, and a lot of people could come and just tell you fluff. They could say, oh, you're eligible for this, this, and this. In all actuality, you may not be. But you wouldn't know that if you didn't You know, if that's not what your skill set is, you wouldn't know that there are different things that funders are looking for before they are going to give you money. You know, no one's just not going to give you $10,000 just because you said you had a great program. You know, there's questions that they're going to ask that they're going to need answered. There's going to be documents that you need to present to them. And that's all part of the grant readiness. And that, like, again, like I said, that's something that I do offer. But we'll do another video on that. But I just wanted to come on and just give you a few ideas of how you can hire a grant writer for different services, except and besides like the grant writing. So if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment below, and let me know what other videos that you would like for me to do regarding nonprofit organizations or grant writing, grants in general. I will be happy to, you know, do the videos for you. But until then, I'll see you next time. Bye.